What's good? I've probably done a video similar like this before, but it's a brand new day, brand new video. But the thing is, in life, you have to make changes. The thing is, what is your purpose and what is your reasoning for the changes you making? That probably determines how far you gonna go with the situation. I mean, are you doing something to prove something, or are you doing something to actually make something better? A lot of people just do stuff to make things look better on the outside, and they're not trying to actually fix the problem on the inside. Sometimes you got to do both at the same time, but definitely I feel like you should fix the inside before you fix the outside. See, the thing is, in life, I done been up and I done been down. The thing is, the stuff that happened when I was down just keeps getting brought back up on my way up, like more so than when I was down. Then I've learned in life, when you have problems, sometimes people really just come around you just to point fingers and be like, look at them, they doing bad. But then when you start doing better, people come around a lot less, and then their motivation for coming around is pretty much seeming like to pull you back down. I don't know. I done been through a lot in life at this point, and I'm just trying to do things right. I've made that clear multiple times. Sometimes you're trying to do things right, and you don't go the right way about it. But I've been gave up on that part. I've been gave up on trying to fight, eye for eye fight with somebody. You know what I'm saying? I'm just trying to do things the right way. And just doing things the right way and not dealing with people seems to bother more people than anything. I've been gone for about 3 days. I done drove 2 states over to train for a new job. And I've enjoyed these last 3 days. I don't know anybody where I'm at. I'm not going to say, I don't know anybody where I'm at. But the ironic thing, this is an ironic thing. When I was checking in the hotel, it was this young lady behind me in line. It's like, she looked kind of familiar, but I don't know her. I don't know nobody stay here. Like, I ain't never been here before in life. And, on day number 3, I guess I was pulling out and saw the tags on the vehicle. And I'm like, hold on. We from the same place. I know your mama. I still hadn't talked to her. I just saw her walk by. But, it's just like real ironic. Like, real ironic that, you like 300 some odd miles away from home and you see somebody from where you from, but you don't really know them, but you know they parent, like one of their parents. That's weird. But my thing is, my motivation is to have a better life for my daughter. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. I'm sure other people have that same situation in life. But the thing with me is, that's just my own personal struggle at the moment. Like, I'm trying to make the best of a bad situation. And I ain't going to say the whole situation is all bad. And I'm trying to turn, a negative into a positive. Sometimes that's hard. Sometimes that don't look like that's working. But just on how people are acting and how I can see things playing out just from my point of view, I think things will work out in a positive manner. I just gotta put me and my child first before anything. And I've struggled in the past for good reasoning and didn't have good results. But I don't think it was all for nothing. I definitely don't think it was all for nothing. Another thing is, don't make somebody else's struggle your struggle. Don't try to compare your struggle to somebody else's struggle. I had somebody, a friend of mine call, and he's like comparing my situation to his situation. And I'm like, it's not really the same thing. It's not really the same thing. There are some similarities, but the overall situation is not really the same. So you can't really judge, your situation versus, based on mine. Another thing is, the outcome of the situation is kind of dictated by what the original situation was. Like, if the original situation was totally different to begin with, you're going to have a totally different outcome. I ain't a mind reader, so I don't know necessarily why people do things that they do. But I've been doing things right for a while. It's just people, I don't know. People bring up old stuff and exaggerate old stuff and say stuff that they did like I did it, and I guess people gonna do stuff. You can't really worry about people. I'm not gonna say I hadn't felt some type of way about what people had to say. Like, hold on, like, you kind of talking down on me. It ain't really no kind of to it. You are talking down on me for like no apparent reason. Like, if you really knew what all I was doing and why I was doing it, like, I think I ought to get some praise. But like, I'm not looking for praise from anybody. But it's just like, wow. When you do right, sometimes you don't get positive results for doing right. Like, let's just compare this with Jesus, and I'm not trying to compare myself to Jesus, but Jesus went through a lot of stuff doing right. Like, it was like Jesus or Barabbas. At some point they was like, we have Jesus, the Son of God, and then we have Barabbas the murderer. I'm going to let one of these people free. Y'all vote. Y'all already know how the story ends. But yeah, they freed the murderer before they, and let Jesus die. That tells you a lot about people. So you probably shouldn't be worried too much. I ain't going to say you shouldn't worry about people, but people's opinions and how people will do things is just ridiculous. Like, nobody nowhere would call that like that. But facts. They did call that like that. They did call it like that. I mean, I'm hoping I don't have a whole tragic ending like that, but the thing is, you just gotta do what's right, and you have to do what God sent you to do. What God sent you to do and what God sent me to do is two different things.